Now we will talk about the man who ruled Egypt for almost 30 years. Okay, I need to know names.
Hosni Mubarak.
Yeah. Okay, so that no. Okay, so he was. Okay, that was the man that ruled Egypt from 1981 to 2011, and briefly he was the vice president of the former president Muhammad Anwar Sadat, who got assassinated in 1981, and he's the man who stayed for the longest time in power since 1848. So you can imagine how it was. So the media during Mubarak, because he stayed for long, he used the media very effectively, because when you stay for 30 years in running the state, you have to get over people's mind, and you have to do this brainwashing to keep them going with all what you say. But definitely after the ages of open skies and the internet and everything, it didn't work. Like here, for example, there is a famous situation. This is an Indian journalist, by the way, he's not Egyptian. And we have two photos here, one in the New York Times. It says, it's not very clear, but we will see from photos later how it's like. This is Barack Obama and Mubarak in the back, and Netanyahu and Mahmoud Abbas Abu Mazen, the Palestinian president. And in the Egyptian media, to show that Mubarak is the guy who was leading the world, they had to cut him off from the back and sit him in the front here. So that's briefly how media is going like in Egypt. But somehow Egyptians have this sense of sarcasm, and they made it easier for Mubarak. So they wanted and in a funny way, and on his face. So it was always funny because, like for example, if you are watching the national TV. By the way, during Mubarak's time, we had not only the national TV, we had satellite, but of course the satellite was owned by the state. So all channels that broadcasting from the Egyptian satellite, they have to somehow know how to manage with the government. Otherwise, they will face troubles and their channels won't be broadcasted. So it wasn't really free. So like for example, if there's this program about a debate between someone from the government and someone from the opposition, and phone calls start to interrupt the debate, as happens everywhere, you can easily discover how fake it was. You know, like for example, you know this voice that happens when you put the headphone beside the mic. Sometimes you can hear it in the television because the man who's calling is sitting just right in the beside room. And sometimes if you recorded the call, the interruption call, and listen to another program after a few days, you can really find the similar voice. Yeah, and of course during the 18 days, Karim will talk about more situations happen like this. And actually it's very funny for us because it's stupid to think that in the 21st century you can do something like this and people won't notice it, because people in the past 10 years, let's say from Mubarak's regime, you can separate it to 10-10-10. In the first 10 years people were really satisfied with what he was doing, because he was young, he was influential in the area, and he got Egypt out of many different situations, and he was telling like, I won't stay forever, I'll stay only for one period, after that only two. You know what, I really like you guys, so you must stay a little bit longer. And after that people were telling me, oh please Mubarak, stay with us. So this is another thing that shows how... yeah, he's the real dictator, you know, shouldn't be and when Mubarak got elected, there was like a referendum in 1981. He got 99.99 of votes, and many people in Egypt say that even God, they put him on referendum, he wouldn't get this number, definitely. And again, in 1987, he got 99.99. And okay, in 1933, yes, he got a little bit, lost his popularity. Yeah? And in 98, yes, you can see he lost many, a lot of it. And yeah, and in 2005, after pressure of the Egyptians, they started to say, okay, it cannot run like this, it cannot be only always 99.99, so he said, okay, let's just be 88. But actually in 2005 elections, it was the first ever Egyptian elections that the current president ran again other candidates, and he was running again 9 other candidates. So imagine 9 candidates got 12%, and he got 88. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And in 2005 also, it was no, it wasn't really big change, because even the elections, before the elections, they were like given this time for every candidate to show on TV and tell his program, and they were like given also, to be fair, this 5 minutes for Mubarak, and they were giving 5 more minutes for his wife, and 5 more minutes for his children, and 5 more minutes for his prime minister. So it was, yes, it was definitely free elections, and we enjoyed democracy since 2005.
Actually, one of the candidates against Mubarak, he appeared on TV and said that he will vote for Mubarak.
Yeah, yes, actually, because all the political parties and all those who acted, they are oppositions during Mubarak time. We call them cartonic parties. They were just appearing to show the Western world, and the truth is that in 2005 Mubarak was facing pressure from inside and from the US, and the US told him, okay, you know that we are the only reason why you are still now until here, but it cannot be until more. So in 2005 he told them, okay guys, I got you, we'll make real free elections, and you can guess the United States liked this election, and they liked the results, and it was like, woohoo, democracy in Egypt. So, and there were 9 other candidates. The second one who got the biggest votes against Hosni Mubarak. Okay, this is another for the US and how they liked Hosni Mubarak. This is the 14th president in the United States, Ronald Reagan. He was Mubarak's best friend, and George Bush, the father, Mubarak's best friend, and Bill Clinton, he really loved Mubarak, and George W. Bush also with Mubarak, and Barack Obama, maybe he was wouldn't like him much, but once he got elected, he said, okay, I will go to Egypt. So they said it like he's also Mubarak's friend. And this guy, Ayman Noor, he's a liberal Egyptian who used to be an opponent. He got the second most votes after Mubarak, and he got 8%. And after the election, with few months, he was put in jail. So yes, we had really free elections, and it was the choice of people. So it was like, whoever ever again want to do this guy, you know what will happen to him. And he stayed in jail for almost 4 years, and they sent him out of jail after also a lot of pressure from the US and interiors in Egypt. So this is how it was going like in Egypt.